And welcome. This is the French Workbench Podcast on a Tuesday. I'm your host, Dan French, streaming live from Las Vegas. And this is our final show of 2021. Heading into 2022, we have a lot of things to talk about today. First, we're going to talk a lot about what we're going to do next year and what our plans are and what our goals are. We're going to go across the room here and talk to everybody. We're also going to talk to Mr. Rick Rains over here about property management. We're going to talk to Brett about real estate just a little bit and also cryptocurrency. And let's talk a little bit today also about what our projections we see from this year going into next year. Look, there's a lot of data and information we want to bring up. Maybe some things out there you guys might have interest in. And, did you guys know that we were reviewed here recently? You know, we were reviewed. Yeah, JD Power.
JD Power and Associates? Wait. The JD Power.
The JD Power.
And what did they say about us?
Oh, they said we're in the top percent.
Top tier.
1%.
We're the top 1% of 1%
of podcasts here in Las Vegas. Did you know that?
Of course.
Real estate podcast.
It don't make sense.
Yes.
JD Power. Everybody look that up. Next week, I think we're in Forbes.
Yeah, we're in Forbes next week.
And then Rolling Stone cover. Probably end our tour.
It's coming right after that. So I'm holding the crown here today.
Right there.
Yeah,
proof.
right here. So, I got
kings.
this delivered off. Going into next year, we got to hold the crown, man.
Real estate kings right here.
Right.
Real estate lending kings, dude.
So
pressure's on.
The pressure's on. And,
1-2 combo.
I got to come over here and talk to my guy here, Rick Rains, man. I mean, he's very innovative with some of the costumes he comes. Rick, explain yourself, buddy.
Hey, man, I'm the Happy New Year. I'm the stork bringing in 2022.
Rick never disappoints.
For the French Workbench.
Hey, that's a little. Go ahead, Brett. Are you excited, man, that this is a new year?
I just needed some attention. So.
Hey, at least you're honest.
Hey, there you go.
So what's going on with you, man? Listen, new year, things are happening right now.
Just riding dirty, bro.
Just riding dirty.
Doing the podcast dirty.
Yeah.
Thanks to Corinne over there.
So listen, we got Corinne. I want to bring her. Corinne, what's up? How you doing today?
Good, Dan. How are you?
Wonderful. Man, you listen to that voice. It's just like
beautiful,
glistening coming off that mic.
Angelic.
Oh, man.
Such a contrast to us. And she knows what the boys like. She comes in with bringing liquor. Dude, she knows how to hang, dude.
So,
Corinne's coming in and she was like, all right, I'm getting this party started, pre-party. She's busting out things.
We're
I'm
like, that'd be that kind of party, Corinne. All right.
What's going on with you, Corinne?
Hey, you know what? This whole New Year thing, we're in real estate. I start my goals for 2022 or the next year in October, right?
Yeah.
So I got my numbers all set and some personal goals I start to work on. And so,
everybody has that reset. Mm-hmm. And listen, I got a reset. I'm going to talk a little bit about what my goals are. Everybody's got, I want to get multiple streams of income. We talked about that before the show. Somebody has other goals, maybe they want to work out. That's always one of the things, you get people going into workout, a month and a month, half in, those people are gone, but they always set it up.
They always are, man.
Yeah. So
Thank God.
Right? So we're going to talk a little bit today. I'm going to kind of see what you guys' take as far as what you guys want to do going into 2022. Is there anything specifically that stands out, Rick, that you're looking to maybe accomplish next year?
Well, my number one goal is to finish a book I started, and it's called The Creative Quadrant, and I think that'll be my number one intended result is to finish that book.
Tell us about this, man.
No, I'm going to wait.
So you wrote a book?
What's the subject matter? Is it fiction, nonfiction?
It's
I like horror.
It's about manifestation of your life.
Awesome, man.
How you create your life.
I'm going to say something.
I like that, man.
We always hear pay it forward. Mm-hmm. We always talk about there's people in life that make you think, right? And I'm sitting here I always meet people that are like, you know what, I'm just going to get what I need from the situation and move on. I think we all are like that. Mm-hmm. I can relate to that. I've been like that myself. But looking at the situation with Rick, I met Rick probably about 5 or 6 months ago. Maybe, about 5 months ago, Rick?
Less than that.
How did you meet Rick to have him on the podcast?
So here's what happened is I actually had another property manager come in, and I looked up Rick's information online. They couldn't make it. And Rick said, hey, you know what? I'm going to try this thing out. Yeah. I'm going to come on and I'm going to take a look at this thing. And so he came on, and this guy has been a consistent soldier since day one.
And Rick managed to do something right away that a lot of people don't, which is like me.
Right?
Like, I just have a strong personality. So, Rick right away was like, liked me.
Well, you know what? Part of that, to be honest with you, is the manifestation process that I started on how to expand my business and have more people know that I'm present. And Dan calls out of the blue. He could have called another 4,000 other property managers. Why he picked me? It's part of the process.
It was fate, man.
Yeah.
It's like one of those times.
Pick.
It was, man.
Rick, you're great, man. I couldn't imagine the show without you, dude.
So I want to bring this part up. So I'm not going to go into too much depth because I do want to talk to you a little bit about this book you're trying to complete. But Rick is a guy that kind of took me in, part of his family almost, brings me out, takes me out to dinner. You don't meet people like that. Gives me like cards and stuff and presents. So
back rubs.
I mean, shaving
that was
back.
a good night. That was a good night.
Absolutely.
Thank God it's not my
And
turn.
so look, I'm just going to say,
Bro love.
one of the things you look at for this last year, Rick Raines is and Brett, I can, bring you in on this group too, but Rick Raines is a guy that I'm very happy to meet this year. And it's definitely been a positive experience going into 2022.
Well, that's both ways, believe me.
Yeah.
Same over here, man.
Yeah. All
Dude,
good.
it's a good chemistry, dude.
So let's talk a little bit about your book. So you want to complete this? Is there first off, what is that process going to be like? Like, is this something you have to like delegate a certain amount of time to every week, every day?
What you actually have to do is to not necessarily time, but you have to delegate number of words. So how much you're going to write each day.
You have to have discipline with it.
Yeah.
Treat it
whether
like you.
it's 500 words, 1,000 words.
Okay.
Every day, and you got to pump that out.
So let me ask you this: as far as writing, were there some days where you're just like, Jesus, this is just flowing and it's going boom, 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 and then other days it's like pulling words
Of
out
course,
of it?
it's like anything else. Some days it goes smooth. Your juices are
Sure.
flowing.
So then you go
other
back and edit it?
Other days you just, it's like a headache. It's like you're pulling teeth.
But you do it anyways.
But you do
Yeah.
as much as you can. I mean,
Gotcha.
you go for the goal, right?
Yeah.
So Rick's always a guy that's like, too, and I want to kind of bring this up.
Hold on, quick.
Go ahead.
How long have you been writing it?
Well, I wrote it once already, and that was called, I already forgot the name of it. Doesn't matter. But I already wrote it once in a very small format about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And so now I'm rewriting it and expanding it to make it more from a very short 70-page book into several hundred pages.
Oh, wow.
that's what I'm
Okay.
doing.
So,
Cool,
like,
man.
Look, everybody's at a different stage in life, right? And so you look at it and you go, well, for me, I might say, well, I'm still trying to tackle the world. I feel like that. And I'm not saying that Rick's not, but Rick's pretty much established himself as being predominant here with property management. He's also had a lot of experience at different things, and he's got grandkids, but he comes in with that energy.
That's the thing about Rick.
Yeah, man.
Rick has more curiosity about life than most 20-year-olds. Than most 25. I'm serious. And that's what's awesome about you, man. You're what, 67?
Yeah.
And you have a lust for life and a curiosity for life, man.
It's
and
funny.
and that
That's
keeps
awesome.
you alive.
It's funny that you should say that, because I was talking to a guy in my office just this afternoon, and I was giving him sort of a life story, and he was like, oh my God, I never thought of it that way. And I was like, that's the way it works. And he's in his mid-20s.
Yeah. Dude, listen, I talk to people about Bitcoin and NFTs all the time, and you get it 10 times more than they do. And they're like 30. Like, you get it, like, it's because you have an open mind about it. And you understand the overall concept, but just to say, man, it's a compliment to you, man.
Thank you.
So let's talk about what, other than that with your book, is there anything else that you're trying to do this year besides that? Like, are you trying to accomplish anything with outside of that, anything with life, really? Is there anything you're looking at?
Nothing that the wife will allow me to say.
Let's call her.
That's how you stay married.
Yes.
Right?
Love you, hon.
Well, all of that encompasses me trying to become, and I think everybody wants to say, look, everybody gets tired. At the end of the year, they're just like, man, I'm done. Like, I want to take a break. But it's like a reset. And I think that there's things that you can accomplish and look at self-evaluation. Also, too, I want to look at how do I help people more and relate to people more in their situations next year? Because look, all of us are in this business, and what do? we're really at an arm's length. We don't really talk to them on the phone. I mean, maybe that's all we talk to them. We don't see them in person. And so you only have a very short window to get to know people. And I think it's really important to know people. Like, look, in 1 year, how many people did we have on this show that we didn't know? I mean, we extended invitations to everybody, and we have so many new relationships, and I think that's what it's about, right?
I think it was every week.
Great.
Yeah.
Look, we all kind of put out there what our agendas are. Let's talk a little bit about what we've seen in 2021 in the housing market, just some things that really stand out to you, and then heading into 2022, is this going to stay consistent, right? So we'll start with you, Rick. Do you have anything that stands out this year that you think is going to go into next year?
Oh, it's going to go into the next year. I think we're still going to appreciate, but only at about 5%. As far as overcoming 2021, for me, it's the moratoriums that have ended.
Yeah,
that was a real pain in the ass.
That's a big relief off you, right? With those moratoriums, and especially for landlords, right?
Because for the owners is where the relief is, but it's still difficult for us to deal with.
Yeah,
and deal with all the federal regulations and whatnot. It's not fun for anyone.
Yeah. He's got a good question here. Is there anything new in the rental market? And we're going to talk a little bit about it, but I mean, looking at 2021, let's go back to that topic, going into 2022, right? Mm-hmm. What do you see with rents? Is that going to still be stagnant? Because I feel right now we're stagnant in the rental sector.
We're stagnant, but only because it's December. Come the end of January, it's going to pick up again.
Yeah.
It always does.
Yeah.
It always does.
And so look at the situation with this year, and you look at, we had the moratorium. We also had rents increase. Were they all-time highs this year for rents?
Yes.
Okay. Is that going to continue into next year, or is it going to stagnate for next year?
It's not going to stagnate. It's going to go up slowly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, 5%.
5% for rents.
Yeah, because it follows the sales.
Follows the sales. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we saw about a month and a half ago. We keep track on this, guys. So everybody out there, folks, we look at this data every single week, almost every day, and we saw 4,500 homes roughly a month and a half ago. And today, single-family residence, it's 2,900 homes right now on the market. Mm-hmm. Well, this is single-family residence that I looked at. Now, it's not including some of the properties. It's just specifically single-family.
Down another 7?
Yeah, so we're down.
Dude, so we're down another 7.5%.
Rick, you got
for
some
inventory
data?
than last week.
Go ahead.
Well, for the last quarter, we're down 32% in available properties per purchase.
For the last quarter? Down
last quarter.
32% in the inventory.
And we're up 38% in available rentals to rent.
And like we were talking before the show started, who would have thought that in the spring of 2020, we were coming into the greatest seller's market we've ever had? Absolutely. Who would have thought that? I mean, it's insane if you think about the setup in March 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, we can talk about this and that and bring in numbers, but there's always factors like that can happen in life that can come into play that we don't know. We think it's heading this direction, that direction, but I would have never anticipated that. Would you have?
Not at all.
I mean, in the spring of 2020, with what was
nothing
happening, to sit there and say we're about ready to start the seller's market that appreciates almost 30%, I'd say,
and crazy
take this
buyers.
crack pipe and smoke it.
Right.
I mean, seriously.
I see that some similar in 2022, but not as much. And it's really funky to look at you, Dan, with the eyeglasses. But anyway,
She's trying to take you seriously.
concentrate.
I'm trying to be professional here.
I
I'm
am,
looking at
I
this
am.
freak.
Rick over here. But anyway, yes, I think it's gonna be just as crazy. I mean,
Is it going to keep impacting because of COVID? I mean, we saw all these people, great exodus, as you said, coming from. Look at 43% come from California.
Yeah.
We all know that there's a big, huge transition coming from there. That's not going to go away. I think is there alternate states that people are transitioning from to come to Las Vegas? Is that going to, because I don't think California is even going to slow down a bit.
No,
not at all.
They're not, man.
And the other 50% are coming from all of the other states. Mm-hmm. And that's 93%. And the other 7 is people that are just buying from here.
So we're going to have to see if rates go up, because that's going to impact what the inventory will be. And you're right. I think the inventory will be the safe haven, if you want to call it, for people to go out.
How's that going to make it more inventory?
Because people are going to retract. Even though, listen, so look at, across the country, rates go up. People are
Sure.
going to start to pull back or retract.
Sure.
Because the cost of their house, of their payment is going to go up.
Sure.
And so now, if you have other things going up, inflation's already
Mm-hmm.
high. I think we peaked in 2021 for inflation and economic data. And I think 2022, we're going to start to see that decline. But it's going to be interesting to see if rates go up. Now, I don't feel like they are going to go
Well,
up.
Norton.
Wait. You're not saying that there's going to be more inventory. What
No.
you're saying is
Okay.
that there's going to be more competition.
Correct. It's going to be the
It's gonna be
same
less-
market.
Okay.
Less competition because of inflation,
Yeah.
higher interest rates, and there's going to be less competition.
That I agree with. As of right now, I see things staying the same continuing forward, but I'm always open to saying that things could change. Something unexpected comes in or has an effect on people that I didn't quite see would have an effect on. Other than that, full speed ahead of what we're doing.
I think that
Or what it is, I should say, for the
I think
market.
that the rise in interest rates are going to adversely affect the people that live in larger metropolitan areas,
Okay.
such as California, New York, wherever. And what will happen is that in those markets, because of that, the prices will drop, and those people will exit and still buy here because it's a great deal. And our competition will still stay there, and our prices will still rise as compared to these large metropolitan.
Because they want to come here. They're leaving
Right.
there to come here.
So
that's something that's not changing.
They can't get rid of their expensive. They're going to drop when interest rates go up. They're going to sell and still buy here because it's a better deal.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about that. The reason you're bringing this up with the bigger metropolitan areas is because when you look at these bigger cities or states, they have a higher cost of living, right? So they're looking and trying to downsize or downgrade to a lower cost. Yeah, go ahead, Brett. but I mean, it's true, right? I mean, you look at the situation, and I just feel that going into next year, we're going to still have the same issues and the same problems. Now, as far as rates, I want to bring up a situation about what we have here with running altitude. He has a good question. It says, Dan, the hint of rising interest rates, are you seeing more people refinance or doing HELOCs? Absolutely.
That's great. Let's drink. You guys
You want
ready?
to do a shot?
Let's do a shot.
ahead.
Okay.
Rick, you
hold
can do
on.
water or air.
Let's see if we can do this
do
really
it.
This is
quick.
Japanese whiskey, so what
Jeff,
do we
okay,
say?
what? Yeah. Well, so
Let
what
me
is
see if
this
I can
again?
do this.
What's
Okay.
all right.
All right, everybody put
You
it
guys
to the
ready?
middle.
Salute.
Come
Salute,
by. Oh.
salute,
Come
salute,
by.
salute.
Come by.
Everybody, thank you so much. Happy New Year to
Happy New
everybody.
Year.
Happy
right?
New Year.
Yeah,
Dan?
Hold on. My belt was
Get your
falling.
belt ready.
I am.
Heavyweight. Ready?
Yeah.
2022.
Ready
There you go.
and go.
I already went.
Done.
Is there anything else? Nothing.
I mean, I don't foresee anything that's not happening right now or that we can predict's happening right now. Like I said, barring a few surprises of something that's major.
So in 2019, if you would have asked this question, who would have said COVID? Nobody.
Well, that's the
That's
thing.
what I'm.
Nobody.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
And
said.
that's a good
Barring
point.
something like that.
Yeah, you
Right.
don't know.
You know, because I didn't know. I mean, I would have never. I mean, obviously, if I would have known this was going to happen, I would advise against it. But I was like, sell, man, because I don't know what's going to happen. That's what I'm saying. Something major could come in, and you could take economy 101 and throw it out the window.
So-
I mean, a year
You know?
ago, I never would have, in my wildest dreams, thought I would be sitting here wearing a Stark.
You see what I'm saying?
Or a women's Santa suit skirt.
Yeah,
Right?
Loved it.
you just
Hey,
never know.
listen, that was the hit of that show.
Dude, that was-
I just put it on a
that's the
template.
pinnacle of the show, man.
Everybody hit that up.
You wait till we do that full house
Everybody
skit for
wanted
the intro.
that, right? You have to head into the property management. I know we talked about rents a little bit and what's happening with that. Now, Rick, what else do you have to say with, you got any stories or any updates?
Well, one of the things I wanted to say that is piggybacking off what Brett said was he's been doing this for 16 years, and it's same old. He knows what's going to happen. I've been doing it since 78, and I can tell you this, in property management, there is always something new.
Absolutely.
And that is why you need a property manager who has been traversing these waters and has a lot of experience. We are constantly running into things that are new. So I just wanted to put that out
You have
there.
10 times more moving parts
we have
throughout the whole year.
We have
I have
moving
moving
parts.
parts, but it's just at the transaction. Once that's done, nothing.
It's moving all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
And how many rentals do you have? Do you manage?
About 600.
So imagine all those moving parts at any given time. As you speak, someone's messing something up, Rick.
Well, basically, you're looking at 600 owners, and if you talk husband and wife and other adults, you're probably looking at 3,000 tenants.
Man.
Or 1,800 tenants, and that's constantly changing.
Rick, you're a better man than me.
Right?
You are.
So let's talk about changes. Everybody talks about like laws that are going to change, regulations that happen. We know that county limits for here in Las Vegas are going to go up for FHA, conventional VA loans. We all know that. Is there anything that's really changing going into next year that is a highlight in the property management world?
Well, you really don't want me to go there because I don't. I mentioned this with Brett, I think, on our first broadcast. The powers that be in Las Vegas do not give a rat's ass about what happens in property management, and they allow the laws to become more tenant friendly, more liberal.
You knew that was going to happen, man.
It really impacts all of the owners and anyone who's an investor. And the tenants already know what the rules are and what they have to live up to and what the agreement is and why it has to change and become more for them as opposed to more for the investors. It really bothers me. So you really don't want to go there.
Well, let everybody in on what it is. Like Rick represents both sides, but the landlords really dictate a lot of what Rick does, and he has to do a lot of what they want you to do, pretty much, right?
We represent the owner, but we have to be fair to all parties.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so, look, at your situation, there's a yin and, I wouldn't say yin and yang, but there's a pro and a con, or a negative to a positive. And, in the situation with COVID, I mean, you're representing people that were struggling, right, to try to probably pay their bills if they had a mortgage or stuff like that, if they're a landlord, right?
Most of the tenants believe that landlords are rich. And it's just the opposite.
Yeah.
They are
I agree.
struggling like everybody else.
Yep.
And when they're not getting their rent payments, they're not making their mortgage payment. It's that simple.
Yeah. Anything else in the primary? Because look, I think you look at the situation with going into next year, I think you're going to have the same issues, but you won't have the eviction moratorium over your head that you have to follow these rules. Now it's like, hey, you're not doing what you need to do. For the most part, right? You can go and take them to court or get them out of that house, right?
For the most part, but there's still the eviction moratorium from the standpoint that if they have applied for help, whether it's federal or state, you still can't touch them. So that's still in place. It still makes it difficult, but it's a very small percentage.
What, you got a story for us? I mean, you're a great storyteller. I mean, you write books. You were on Channel 13 News.
What did you have right there, Rick? You're going to offer some more money to us.
Channel 13 News. He writes books, and he's a storyteller.
Dude, he's like Ronald Reagan, the great communicator.
And he's a stork. So, I mean,
I'm a stork.
so tell us a story, Rick.
God.
What is he, a clown? Is he entertain you? Is that what he's here for?
No, Rick's a jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades,
I
Rick.
think that this is a story that is not unique to us. It's the same story in every property management company. Is the people that went $25,000 without paying and then walked and left the place a disaster to where the owner had to put in another $20,000.
When was this?
It happens all the time with this COVID.
Man.
I happens with squatters or somebody like that.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
In fact, I told a story here 5 months ago about a lady that we were going to evict, and she had taken a sponge that was about 9 inches long, and she dipped it in black paint, and she made stars on every inch of every wall, inside every closet, everywhere.
Oh my
Everywhere
goodness.
she did this. And then when I went to advise her of the eviction, she basically picked up a 9-iron and came at me and then went for my Jeep. And basically I just said, oh, that's enough. And she stood there with the 9-iron at my Jeep, and I just drove off.
Yep.
But stuff like that happens all the time. That's why you need a property manager.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Holy moly. I'm a princess,
I have a funny
man.
one for you. Dan, I got a funny one for you.
Yeah, let's do it.
I go to evict this lady, right? I'm talking to her about what's going to happen. And I said, if you don't do this and this is what's going to happen. And she goes, what do you mean? And I said, what do you mean, what do I mean? 'Cause-
English, do you speak it?
Wait, because she was a fortune teller on the telephone.
Shut up, dude.
I said, you need to have seen this happen.
Was it Cleo?
You're the fortune
Was it
teller.
Cleo?
Oh my God. She got so mad. She goes, that's all bullshit. And I said, well, whether it's bullshit or not, you should have known.
That's all
And
bullshit.
so then when she got evicted, Now, keep in mind, she's driving a brand new Cadillac. She gets evicted. They break the toilet off so that it shoots a hole through the ceiling and floods the unit. And then as they walk out the hall, they take the hammer and make holes in the entire hallway as they're going out.
Let's talk with Rick. Rick.
Yep.
Rick has a game we were going to play because it's the year, ending year, 2021,
Yeah.
and everybody were going in full steam into 2022. So, Rick, go ahead and let's do some quick game.
Okay, we got
questions
some bank
here.
on the line here.
Oh, here we go again. Here
got
we
some
go.
New Year's riddles. So this is, hey, Brett, put your phone down.
Hey, show me that money again, real quick, Rick. I gotta see. Flash me that money. Woo!
What do you mean put the
Man,
phone
that's
down?
gonna make me.
Wait,
That's gonna make me
put the
stop
phone-
everything I'm doing. Hold on. Put that phone down. He's flashing 20s, man.
Already. Okay, here we go. You got to watch out for her. This one's easy. Why do you need a jeweler in the new year?
Ring in the new year.
Oh, he got one!
Wow! I didn't even have a chance. Look at this
Man.
guy going out to dinner.
Where can you find comedians at a New Year's Eve party?
In the punchline.
Oh, you read them all.
Oh,
Give me my 20. Nobody said anything about the rules. Give me my 20.
No way.
No, wait, think about the rules. Give me my 20.
He cheated.
Bro,
I didn't cheat.
You can't.
I didn't cheat.
Don't listen.
Prove it.
Put that on something.
I didn't cheat.
There's no freaking way if you can't.
Dude, you're firing off in 30 seconds or less.
I got
It's
super
so
smart.
bad. No way. You took
That
a
was my
picture.
Christmas wish to Santa. It was like,
That
you're
did
super
not
smart.
happen.
He
Super
took a- he took a
That did
picture.
not happen.
I did not.
Look at this guy. Listen.
Give me my 20.
Hey,
Give me my other 20. I don't want to answer any. Give me my other 20. I won't answer anymore.
look at this guy.
Oh my God.
Hey, he's off limits
You're-
now. He
You're
did.
done.
Hey, and I'm going to
You're
say
done.
something, and I'm not trying to, but he was reading your notes.
I know.
Before,
it.
and he was like, "What does Rick got to say about it?" And he's like, "Oh, what's this?"
Hey, Dan. Winners always win.
Okay. Okay, it's between you two. You ready?
No more.
What do you? This is easy.
Got
What do
40
you
out of
say
it.
to your friends on New Year's Day?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. What do you say to your friends? Hello? Hi? Friends.
What do you say to your friends on New Year's? I don't know.
Anybody?
Okay, ready?
What is it?
Haven't seen you
Since last year.
Oh, this guy. Look at
Yeah,
these.
I know.
No, I'm just saying. It's
Yeah,
like,
you're a pro over here.
Dude,
Look at this guy.
I'm a mind reader too. I
He's
got
a
that
pro.
ability.
Yeah,
I got
okay.
super smart and mind reader.
Here we go.
Thank you, Santa.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
right.
Like, what do snowmen like to do on New Year's Eve?
Smoke tobacco.
Dude, I'm out. I spent it all.
I have-
That was close. Chill out.
Dude, chill
Oh,
out.
chill out. Oh, yeah, man. That's it, man. I
Get
got
it? Get it?
Yeah.
All right. Here, okay, one of you's got to get this one. It's the last one. In what year did Christmas Day and New Year's Day fall in the same year?
Leap year.
Every year.
What year?
It's every year, yeah.
I didn't look at anything.
No, I'm not going to take it. But listen, you brought that to my attention, and that is true.
Yeah.
But you can't cheat for me.
I didn't look at it.
I'm not taking his money because you gave me the. And I said, yeah, that is true.
For
Because
true?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do it for true?
What?
Did you get it for true or did you get it off a year?
No, I didn't look at it. See?
look at this guy's a con artist, man.
I am not.
Hey,
Shut
I'm
up.
gonna-
Shut your mouth and finish the show.
Fake
Shut
it
your
till
mouth
you
and
make
finish
it.
the
That's
show.
what it
We'll
is.
see you next year, people.
Fake
Thank you.
it till you make it. That's exactly what he's doing here.
Hey,
You guys got any final thoughts on this show?
See you next year, everybody. Thanks. Cut it. Let's
hey,
go.
we're looking to increase our property management business by 10%. Give us a call, 702-916-2200.
Thanks for always watching us.
Yeah.
Following all that. I mean, definitely appreciate the love and and
Yeah.
tuning in. So
And I want to say this, you guys, look, we're all doing this for really because we want to help you. Yes, we want to earn your business. We would be happy to earn your business, but we want to help you also and put out the content, educate, and we're going to continue to keep putting on good quality people that are smarter than us in other fields. I mean, we all talk about real estate and financing, but I've learned so much bringing on people, and hopefully it's helping and benefiting people out there. Going into 2022, we have a full roster list of people that's coming on. Rick's done a great job of getting a roster together as far as Saturdays and Tuesdays. So, guys, thank you so much. Again, this is the most real behind-the-scenes information regarding financing, real estate, money talk, entrepreneurs. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment if you want to. We'll see you guys next year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.